Hey everyone, I'm Francesca Maxime. This is WiseGirl for Tuesday, November 22nd. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I just finished reading a book where there was a term that was coined in there called mental hygiene. And I had to kind of do a double take because it was like, what? Dental hygiene? No, like brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth. And I was like, no, mental hygiene, like your brain, your mind, your habits that happen internally. And I really love the phrase because, of course, it was in reference to the idea of meditating or sitting quietly with oneself or having some kind of opportunity to connect with something that is sort of more in the eternal world or the absolute world that grounds us within ourselves and our spirits and in our deeper knowing parts of ourselves, as opposed to just always being in this reactive relative world where we're always just responding to whatever it is that's in front of us, which may be the daily news or a sick child or trouble or challenges at work or a health problem or anything that can be terrifying and very real and very much a challenge. And so not to deny that by any means, but also to recognize that there is a part of our scope, if you will, that also exists at a bit of a different level beyond that, in much the same way that the surface of the ocean doesn't reflect what is underneath the ocean, all the creatures that are in it, and then the depths of the ocean, that there is also this place of a deeper sense of knowing that can be possibly accessed through the discipline of what we might call mental hygiene. So hopefully we all brush and floss our teeth every day and practice dental hygiene. The mental hygiene is really more about, if you can, the discipline of self-honesty. That means that at the end of the day, you can't really fool yourself about what's true or about what's right or about what you know in your gut to be authentic. There are a lot of different pulls and opinions that are out there, and a lot of conditioning that we have received through society or our families or any number of ways in which we are influenced to think that we need to get on this bandwagon or that bandwagon. And sometimes we think that that's who we are, this person who is responding to what other people think we need to do, or I should say reacting to what other people think we need to do. But what I'm inviting you to do with this idea of mental hygiene is sort of cleaning out your own thought process and being willing to kind of look at it and say, what is it that I believe about myself to be true? What is it that I know about myself to be true, if anything? And what is it that I can kind of let go of? And there's a number of ways that you can do this. Whatever works for you is the right way. There is no right way. But for many people, it is meditation, which is just sitting quietly in a composed posture with dignity and holding your spine straight and long with both feet on your floor and your hands in your lap. And for many, just gently closing your eyes and having this process of breathing in and out through the nose. And watching your breath, and more than anything, just feeling your breath and letting anything else that comes into your awareness come and go, and just observe it without judgment. And this is a process we can return to on the subway, sitting at home, sitting at the Thanksgiving dinner table, when you want to just kind of come in and recollect ourselves, come in to our own center. So this mental hygiene process is something that we can do several times a day. We don't have to just do it morning and night. We don't just have to do it for 2 minutes as the electric toothbrush companies prescribe for our dental hygiene. We can do it anytime. And we can do it in a way that brings us back to the truths of ourselves. For example, we may be mad at somebody. I know the other day I was angry with someone because I wasn't able to spend as much time with them as I thought that I was going to be able to. And I ended up sort of leaving abruptly, and I was, kind enough about it insofar as that I didn't get into a big fight with the person, but at the same time realized that I was very aversive to the idea that what I thought was going to happen didn't actually happen, and what I had hoped would happen didn't actually happen. So the more I reflected on that, what really came up for me, and I was sort of doing the mental flossing, if you will, that I needed to do. Well, it sort of harkened back to a feeling of rejection that I had when I was a child based on my father, who was unpredictable, who would sometimes promise things but then not deliver, and then leave me feeling like a little kid, like it was my fault, instead of being him, being an adult and, having his own whimsies to cater to, and me just feeling like I was left holding the bag and feeling very confused. So that process of kind of awareness around the fact that, wow, that's sort of how, in the present moment, I reacted to a situation that didn't really need any of that. It was just very functional. The person couldn't spend the amount of time that they said that they were going to be able to spend with me. And I could have just totally not attached to it and totally let it go and not had any further thoughts or ruminations or issues about it. And while I aborted a story that I could have told myself that, oh, this person is bad, they don't really like me or care about me, or this is really a problem, or I'm never going to be able to deal with them, I didn't go that far down the rabbit hole. I did start to go down the rabbit hole of, well, I don't need this. I'm going to protect myself. I'm not going to get engaged further. I'm not going to worry about it. They can do their own thing and kind of like be well. Well, the question is that productive? And what does it really say about me? Well, in the process of mental hygiene and doing my mental flossing, I was kind of able to say, you know what, actually, there was a 5-year-old kid in me that was responding to a present-day situation based on an old relationship with my father as opposed to with a current situation with the person who's currently in front of me who, frankly, just has something else to do. So don't take it all so personally, Like, move on, let it go, let them be, and then you do you. But it's hard to do us when we aren't willing to just accept the truth of our own lives without judgment, when somehow we think we're a bad person or something because these thoughts even come up in the first place, which is totally not the case. So I would invite you to do a little mental hygiene every day in some way, shape, or form, and to just sort of recenter yourself. It's a walk in the park, a little meditation. Always is something you can do, is come back to the breath and just breathe and center yourself, because there's always going to be stuff out there that's going to pull you away from yourself. But you can't fool yourself. Inside in your own gut, in your own head, when you really look at it, you kind of know what's true, but you do have to take the time to sit and be quiet and listen to it, and also be compassionate enough with yourself to not judge yourself for having any of the thoughts or feelings that you might have, and to just kind of let it go. And just like we do every day to maintain good dental hygiene, we brush and floss, every day we can take a look in the mirror and just sort of look at our lives with rigorous self-honesty and non-judgment and lots of self-compassion, and practice mental hygiene. That's what I would invite you to do. It's kind of fun, actually, when you get the hang of it and you don't judge yourself so much and take it so seriously. So comment, talk to me, share. My handle is @Francesca Maxime. Leave comments here on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Thanks. Bye.